Jai Jinendra, hello friends, welcome to Wing Students. Myself Kushi Jain from JNM Jaipur, and as you all know, let's start with today's topic, that is anatomy. We are doing the anatomy back of thigh, and in this we have already covered the part of hamstring muscles. So I have uploaded the video. You can see in the below, see in the link given in the channel, and in this video we will cover mostly about the popliteal fossa and its remaining part of the back of thigh. Okay, what are its muscle, nerve supply and action and all. So let's start it. It's a very important topic for your anatomy as well as your theory exam, practical exams, and for your clinical practices. So please do like, share and subscribe to my channel if you have not till now. And guys, please learn this topic. It's so important. Okay, so let's start it, understand it, and then learn it. So popliteal fossa is what? It's a diamond shaped space behind the knee. Okay, you can see here it's a diamond shaped space behind the knee, and this fossa is bounded by some muscles, some nerves. Okay, so you can see what are the boundaries of the popliteal fossa. It have four type of boundaries: superomedial, superolateral, inferomedial and inferolateral. So coming to the superomedial boundaries include the semimembranosus muscle, semitendinosus muscle, short head of the biceps femoris and the long head of the biceps femoris. Okay, so these semimembranosus, semitendinosus, short head are superomedial, which are part of hamstring muscles. Okay, superolateral formed by short head of biceps femoris and long head of the biceps femoris, and inferomedial and inferolateral. Inferomedial part is formed by medial head of gastrocnemius. As you all know, gastrocnemius muscle had two head, medial and lateral. So it's too easy to learn that medial head is formed by medial head of gastrocnemius and inferolateral part is formed by lateral head of gastrocnemius muscle. And plantaris muscles also covered the part of inferolateral. So this is about the boundaries of the popliteal fossa. Now coming to the floor of the popliteal fossa. Floor of the popliteal fossa has a popliteal surface of its femur. Okay, so you can see here this is the semimembranosus tendon of the semimembranosus muscle. This is the oblique popliteal ligament and this is oblique popliteal muscle. Okay, so here this place is the popliteal fossa, and it is formed by what? Floor. If you are talk about the floor, then popliteal surface से ही इसका फ्लोर बनेगा. ओके, जो फीमर की पॉप्लिटल सरफेस है उससे इसका फ्लोर बनेगा. आफ्टर दैट कैप्सूल ऑफ द नी जॉइंट एंड द ऑब्लिक पॉप्लिटल लिगामेंट, बिकॉज इट्स टुवर्ड्स द नी जॉइंट. ओके, सो कैप्सूल जो है इसका ऑब्लिक पॉप्लिटल लिगामेंट विल फॉर्म द फ्लोर. And what else will contribute the floor to this? Fascia covering the popliteus muscle and the oblique popliteal ligament, which is pierced by medial genicular vessels, nerves, genicular branches of the posterior division of obturator nerve. So these all are the thing which covers the floor of the popliteal fossa, which are fascia covering the popliteus muscle, some oblique popliteal ligament, capsule. Okay, so coming to its roof, what are the things which form the roof of the popliteal fossa? So it's a strong popliteal fascia and pierced by a small saphenous vein, posterior femoral cutaneous nerve and vessels. Okay, it is formed by this. Contents of the popliteal fossa is most important, and arrangement of these content is also important. Okay, so you can see this is our popliteal fossa here, this diamond shaped space, and in this is the popliteal artery. Okay, the red color is the artery, bluish is the vein and the yellowish is the nerve. Okay, so popliteal artery, what all it contains? It contains popliteal artery, popliteal vein, some pad of fat, tibial nerve, common peroneal nerve and posterior cutaneous femoral nerve, genicular branches of the nerve, popliteal group of lymph nodes. Okay, so these all are the thing which are the content of the popliteal fossa. Popliteal artery हो गया, popliteal vein, pad of fat, popliteal group of the lymph nodes, common peroneal nerve, and we will learn in this lecture about all this. What are its cores, what are its branches, कहाँ से tibial nerve आ रही है, कहाँ से peroneal nerve आ रही है. Okay, so you must remember this topic. This slide actually, what are the contents? Popliteal artery, popliteal vein, this is formed by, here you can see some pad of fat. There are some group of lymph nodes also, which, and this you can see here the common peroneal nerve is going downwards and tibial peroneal nerve. Okay, so after this arrangement, Okay, so this is a triangular schematic diagram. You can see its upper part of the popliteal fossa and the lower part. In the upper part of the popliteal fossa, the arrangement of artery, vein and nerve is like from medial to lateral. It's A, V and N. Okay, so medial to lateral if we go, so A is artery, V for vein and N for nerve. In upper part, artery is artery is medially situated. Okay, after that vein and then nerve. But in case of lower part of this, it's just opposite. When we go from medial to lateral, there is first of all nerve, then artery and then vein. Okay, so this you all should remember arrangement. After that, popliteal artery. Popliteal artery from the fifth osseous aponeurotic opening of the adductor magnus muscle to the lower border of the popliteus muscle divide into two, anterior and posterior tibial artery. Okay, so popliteal artery जो हमने इसके अंदर देखी थी popliteal fossa के अंदर, वो दो पार्ट में डिवाइड होती है, फिर आगे जाकर के anterior and posterior tibial artery. I hope you all guys understand till now what is popliteal fossa, what are its boundaries, muscles, and what are its content. Okay. So now coming to the popliteal artery from the fifth osseous aponeurotic opening. कहाँ पे opening होती है? Adductor magnus muscle पे. Okay, to the lower border of popliteus muscle and divide into anterior and posterior tibial artery. Anterior posterior tibial arteries के अंदर divide हो जाएगी. After that what? This give branches. What are its branches? So it gives muscular branches, sural artery, articular branches. Muscular branches will obviously supply the muscles of thigh. Sural artery will accompany with the small saphenous vein, and the articular branches are the 5 genicular arteries. Okay, so you can see here this is the popliteal artery. Okay, so coming from the adductor hiatus of the lower border of the muscle and giving the superior muscular branches, superior medial and superior genicular branches, sural nerves, medial genicular branches, inferolateral and infero-medial. So this you can see by the where the direction is going, वहाँ से आप उसका नाम भी याद कर सकते हो. Like its superior part, its inferior part, so it's a medial and lateral, superior and inferior. So muscular branches, sural artery, articular branches, superior medial and lateral genicular arteries, and inferior medial and lateral genicular artery. Now what is its important? Okay, so clinical part is utmost. Popliteal aneurysm. Popliteal aneurysm is what? It presents as a pulsatile midline swelling in the popliteal fossa due to the dilation of the popliteal artery. अगर कोई भी abnormal condition हो गई जिसकी वजह से dilation हो गया popliteal artery का, तो उसकी वजह से एक pulsatile swelling हो जाएगी in where the place of popliteal fossa, उसको हम बोलेंगे popliteal aneurysm. या फिर अगर compression हो गया popliteal vein का, तो वो भी आपके edema कर देगा leg का. Okay, thrombosis and emboli due to stasis of blood enter the distal arteries causing pain, ulceration in toes. Okay, अगर thrombosis हो रहा है किसी को, जैसे आपको पता है PVD के patients, peripheral vascular disease, so उनके अंदर thrombosis के chances होते हैं ज़्यादा. जो diabetic है, hyper atherosclerosis patient है, so they have the chances of formation of thrombosis and emboli leads to stasis of the blood which causes जो कि distal arteries के अंदर जाएगा, उन्हें block कर देगा और pain and ulceration toes के अंदर भी cause कर सकता है. So this is the clinical part. After that, what all can occur is popliteal abscess. What is popliteal abscess? It is a painful red and edematous swelling due to the inflammation of lymph nodes. Lymph nodes के inflammation अगर हो जाए वहाँ पे, as you all know, popliteal group of lymph nodes were present. ठीक है, तो अगर उनका हो जाएगा, swelling हो जाएगी, edematous swelling, तो we will call it popliteal abscess. Popliteal cyst or Becker cyst. It is what due to the inflammation of the bursa around the knee joint or due to the protrusion of synovial membrane through the fibrous capsule of the knee joint. Okay, so cyst is जब भी हम बात करते हैं तो कोई भी inflammation हो जाता है bursa का. Bursa it's a cavity. Okay, वहाँ पे अगर inflammation हो गया तो उसकी वजह से क्या हो गया? Around the knee joint, protrusion of synovial membrane through the fibrous capsule of the knee joint. Synovial membrane which is covering the joint of the which is covering the capsule of that joint. So उसका inflammation हो गया, that will lead to formation of cyst and it's very painful also. We can also call it as a Becker cyst. So you can see here, this is the cyst forming, popliteal cyst in the popliteal fossa, now also known as Becker cyst. Now coming to the second content, that is a tibial nerve. लार्जर सबसे पहले जब भी हम कोई नर्व पढ़ते हैं तो उसके बारे में पढ़ना है कि वो उसकी ब्रांच आ कहाँ से रही है, कौन से रेमाई से बन रही है, एंड देन आफ्टर इट्स कोर्स एंड व्हाट आर इट्स सब ब्रांचेस. ओके, सो tibial nerve is a terminal branch of what? Sciatic nerve, as you all know. After it conveys fibers from the ventral branches, the ventral rami of L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. ठीक है, सो ये जो है लंबर एंड सैक्रल प्लेक्सस के जो ब्रांचेस हैं L4, L5, S1, S2, S3, उसके वेंट्रल रेमाई से ये सारी ब्रांचेस आती है सिएटिक नर्व की. इट पासेस वर्टिकली डाउनवर्ड अलोंग द मिड लाइन ऑफ द पॉप्लिटेल फोसा. ओके, यहाँ से एज यू कैन सी कि सिएटिक नर्व की ब्रांच हुई टर्मिनल इन सबसे आई L4, L5, S1, S2 and then it passes downwards to the popliteal fossa. Okay, in the lower part of the fossa, it is overlaid by two heads of the gastrocnemius. So as you know, the two heads are medial and lateral heads of the gastrocnemius. So जो टीबियल नर्व है वो लोअर हेड ऑफ द टू हेड्स ऑफ द gastrocnemius के बीच से होते हुए ओवरलैप करते हुए जाएगी और कहाँ पे एंटर करेगी? इन द पोस्टीरियर कंपार्टमेंट ऑफ लेग. आफ्टर एंटरिंग इन द पोस्टीरियर कंपार्टमेंट ऑफ लेग, it gives branches which are muscular branches, articular branches, cutaneous and the vascular branches. Okay, so muscular, articular, cutaneous and vascular branches are given by it. Now, what is its importance? Why this nerve is so important? Injury to the tibial nerve in the popliteal fossa. You can see this condition कि पाँव यहाँ पे कैसा हो चुका है. Okay, so if there is injury to the tibial nerve in the popliteal fossa, अगर कहीं पे भी इसकी इंजरी हो जाएगी tibial nerve की, तो it will lead to the motor paralysis and the sensory loss. Okay, if there is motor paralysis, then the patient will walk on the heel because it supplies that part and that muscles. Okay, अगर इस नर्व का पैरालिसिस हो जाएगा तो फुट जो है डॉर्सीफ्लेक्स पोजीशन के अंदर आ जाएगा. एंड टू कंपनसेट डेट द पोजीशन ऑफ फुट मे बी लाइक दिस. ओके, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द साइड की क्या हुआ है. सो इट मे बी टेलिपस कैवस. दिस कंडीशन वेयर इज हील, पेशेंट हील पे चल रहा है एंड द जो फुट है वो टच नहीं हो पा रहा. सो कंडीशन नाउन इज टेलिपस कैवस. दिस इज टेलिपस इक्वाइनस, टेलिपस कैल्केनियस ओनली ऑन द heel, टेलिपस वल्गस if it tilted towards the left side, टेलिपस equinomous and so on. Okay, this is Talipus varus. So this all are the position when there is a injury to the tibial nerve coming from the popliteal fossa. If there is a motor paralysis, then the patient walk on the foot, on the heels, and the foot is dorsiflex at the ankle joint. Okay, and if there is a sensory loss, then it will be very severe. Entire sole of the foot, ओके पूरा का पूरा जो सोल है फुट का वो सारी उसकी जितनी भी ब्रांचेस है वो सब सप्लाई कर रही है, तो वो सारी की सारी स्टॉप हो जाएगी अपना काम कर रहा. एंटायर सोल ऑफ द फुट एंड डोर्सल एस्पेक्ट ऑफ टर्मिनल फेरेंजेस, उन सबका सेंसेशन लॉस हो जाएगा. Okay, so this is about the tibial nerve. Coming to the common peroneal nerve. Common peroneal nerve is a small branch. Okay, again small terminal branch. Dorsal come from what? Dorsal branches of L4, L5, S1 and S2. Lies medial to the biceps femoris tendon. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the popliteal artery. These are genicular arteries, and this is our tibial nerve. And here, this is our common peroneal nerve. सो कॉमन पेरोनियल नर्व जो है मीडियल से जा रही है बाइसेप्स के फिमोरिस के टेंडन की. ओके, आफ्टर दैट इट डिवाइड्स इनटू टू टर्मिनल ब्रांचेस. हियर यू कैन सी दीज आर व्हाट? सुपरफिशियल एंड डीप पेरोनियल नर्व. ओके, सो डिवाइड किया इसने टू टर्मिनल ब्रांचेस के अंदर, सुपरफिशियल एंड डीप. दिस क्यूटेनस नर्व, जो इसका क्यूटेनस पार्ट था सुपरफिशियल का, वो सप्लाई करेगा सूरल कम्युनिकेटिंग नर्व एंड लिटरल सूरल नर्व, इनके साथ कम्युनिकेट कर देगा. यू कैन सी हियर. सो सूरल एंड कम्युनिकेटिंग जो नर्व है, cutaneous branches supply sural communicating nerve and lateral nerve. Articular branches give superior and inferior lateral genicular nerves and recurrent genicular nerve. Okay, coming to its applied anatomy, ki why is it important? So fracture of the neck of the fibula, nerve is completely severe. ओके अगर कहीं भी किसी भी कंडीशन के अंदर नेक ऑफ फिबुला का फ्रैक्चर हो चुका है आपकी बोन का, तो वहां पे इस नर्व को इंजरी होने के चांसेस मोर है, completely severe. Okay, it will also leads to motor paralysis and the sensory loss. If it goes motor paralysis, then there is a position foot drop, ankle is fully plantar flex position के अंदर, and the foot is held in inversion and adduction. The patient walks on toes, and this typical condition is known as talipus equinovarus. So this talipus equinovarus. So if there is a patient walk on the heels, then we can say there is an injury of what? There is an injury of tibial nerve. And if the patient walk on the toes, there is an injury of common peroneal nerve. Okay, so it may lead to foot drop and plantar flex position of the foot, inversion and adduction. If there is a sensory loss, most of the dorsum of the foot and outer surface of the leg and lower third of the leg will be lost. Okay, lost कहने का मतलब कि वहाँ की जो मसल्स की नर्व सप्लाईज है वो पूरी की पूरी चली जाएगी एंड मूवमेंट वुड नॉट बी possible. After that, popliteal group of lymph nodes. There are 6 in number embedded in the popliteal field, arranged in 3 groups. Beneath the popliteal fossa at the junction of small saphenous vein and popliteal vein. So popliteal group of lymph nodes again 6 होते हैं. कुछ तो popliteal field के अंदर embedded होते हैं and 3 ग्रुप के अंदर डिवाइड होते हैं. popliteal fossa के नीचे small saphenous vein and popliteal vein के अंदर few nodes between the knee joint and the popliteal artery, and rest of the nodes are on the both sides of the popliteal vessel. So basically fat के अंदर knee joint popliteal artery के पास और popliteal vessels के पास. So this is, you can see here the popliteal fossa. This is superomedial, superolateral, inferiomedial and inferolateral. Superomedial boundary is formed by semimembranosus, semitendinosus. Superolateral is by short head and long leg, the bíceps femoris. And now coming to the inferiomedial and inferolateral, the medial head of gastrocnemius and the lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle. Okay, and the plantaris muscle. These, you can see the contents of the popliteal fossa as a triangular space containing the artery, vein and nerve. We all know that the course of it in upper part and lower part. In its upper part, if we divide into two half, upper part there is M, okay, artery, vein and nerve. So if we go from medial to lateral, then there is artery, vein and nerve, and after that when we go to its lower part it will process. Then the arrangement from medial to lateral is nerve, vein and artery. Okay, so this is all about the popliteal fossa, and I hope guys you all understand it beautifully, and please learn it. This is the most important part of the slide. Okay, so this is the boundary content. What are its injury if they occur, then what will happen? So thank you so much to all, and please do like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much.